welcome to tonight's high school hockey game between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the Port Huron High Big Reds. I'm Ken Fenner here to bring you the play-by-play tonight here on CPHS Channel 12. And along with me is Mr. Chuck Lightfoot, who's going to give you tonight's starting lineups.
Thanks, Ken. The starting players for the Big Reds of Port Huron High: in goal, Jamie Bellinger. Starting on defense, number 20, Derek Button. And number 12, Andy McNeil. The wingers are number 4, David Lohr, number 9, Tim Smith, and number 10, Brian Carlson. The starting players for the Northern High School: starting in goal, number 30, Jason Akers. The defenseman, number 11, Marty Haddad, and number 3, Kevin Earl. The forwards are number 4, Jeff Redfield, number 12, Chad Natzel, and number 16, Bill Warren. The coaches for the Northern High School hockey team are coaches Darryl McCarroll, Paul Jones, Dan Robbins, and Bill Robbins. And I forgot the coaches of the Big Reds. They're Dave Hino, Herb Leverton, and Jim Bannatyne.
Well, Charlie, I think we're going to have another exciting hockey game here tonight like we did the last time these two teams played. The Huskies come out on top in that game, and now it looks like the Big Reds are going to come out and try and get even.
Well, if history plays a part in it, these two teams have split their season games every year except last year when the Northern team won both games. But any other year prior to that, the Northern Huskies won the first game and the Big Reds won the second game. So by odds, this should be the Big Reds win.
Face-off starts with Port Huron Northern gaining control of the puck. They drop it into the Big Reds' end. Big Reds clear it out. Looks like this Churchill cleared the puck out of the zone. We've got a whistle now. Penalty call coming here on somebody. We've got an interference call coming. Looks like it's going to number 16 from Port Huron Northern, Bill Warren. Interference call with 14:47 left in the first period. Just 13 seconds into the game. So Big Reds will have a one-man advantage, power play advantage here for the next 2 minutes. That ought to give them a good opportunity to get an early lead in this game.
I think the referees are going to stay right on top of this game. They don't want to see it get out of hand.
Face-off again, controlled by Northern. They're trying to get it out of their end, too. Going after it's number 15. Dave Martin, he dumps it into the Big Reds' end. Coming out with it is McNeil. He dumps it up the ice. Earl clears it around the boards. Northern keeps it in. Puck's in front of the net. Button dumps it over into the corner. We've got Carlson and Earl going into the corner after it. Scramble through the puck. We'll have a whistle and a face-off inside the Husky zone.
Tonight's hockey game is being broadcast next week on CPHS Channel 12. Please check your program guide for times.
It's kind of early to tell who's going to do what here tonight, but it looks so far as the Big Reds have put pressure on, Charlie.
There's something going on the sidelines. I believe he is warning both benches. Keep it quiet.
Well, your Northern picked up a double minor for that penalty. We'll find out what that's all about, and we'll get it to you just as soon as we can.
I believe the second penalty was unsportsmanlike conduct that was given to Bill Warren, number 16.
Husky penalty, number 16, Bill Warren, a 10-minute misconduct. Time penalty, 50 seconds, first period.
It's a 10-minute misconduct given to Bill Warren.
I think it is important that the referees gain control of this game immediately because it could get out of hand if they don't. And I believe that's their intentions right now.
That'll give the Big Reds a man advantage for another 3 minutes 23 seconds. Face-off won by Northern. Kellerman clears it down the ice. McNeil picks it up. Trying to get something set up. It's intercepted momentarily by Northern. Now Carlson's got it. Taken away from him by Kellerman and dumped back down the ice again. McNeil picks up the puck, passes it up for Lortz. Too far. Now Lortz with a puck, takes a shot, saved by Akers. Northern just clears it out of their zone. McNeil with a shot, Akers with a save again, clearing it into Kellerman in behind the net. Kellerman just dumps it up and down the ice. McNeil over to Button with it. Trying to get something organized here in this power play advantage. Clears the puck down the ice. There's a race for it. Bellinger gets there first. He passes it back up.
Heck of a play by Bellinger. Did you see him feed that puck up?
Sure did. McNeil with a shot. That's blocked by Lashbrook. He takes him into the boards. Puck goes up to Lohr. He clears it out front. Shot's wide. There's another shot. Hits the side of the net. And that's knocked off its moorings. We'll have a whistle and a face-off inside of the Port Huron Northern zone. A lot of action here in that last few seconds, Charlie.
That was really a heads-up play by Bellinger. He had that puck, and all the Northern players thought he was going to smother it. And when he seen him making the line change, he threw it out. And actually, Port Huron High had almost a 5-on-0 break in that situation. They mishandled the puck for a second, or it would have been.
Face off again inside the Northern zone. The puck's brought out. We got a whistle again. Puck was evidently gloved ahead, and we'll have a face off again inside of Port Huron Northern zone. Face off controlled by Northern. Lashbrook gets it out and down the ice. Still a little more time off that penalty. Puck brought up by Port Huron Northern. Shots wide. Puck's cleared by Northern again down the ice. That was number 2, John Hansen, clearing the puck down the ice. Twist picks up the puck, gets it around the boards. For Carlisle, he can't get it out. Kept in by Northern. Shagney dumps it into the corner. Shagney intercepts the pass. There's a shot. Saved Bellinger. Puck's back in the corner again. Scramble for it. Shagney and Wetzel digging in the boards for the puck. He's knocked off by Dunn. PH with control of the puck again. Carlisle just dumps it outside. Puck's cleared back into the corner by Port Huron Northern's number 11, Marty Haddad. A lot of center ice hockey here in the start of this game while both teams trying to get something set up. Carlisle's taken into the boards by Haddad, and they return the favor. Now there's a scramble for the puck. We'll have a whistle with 11:08 left in the first period. No score. Little action along the boards after the whistle. Referee's got it all straightened out.
That was a super forechecking job by Randy Shagney during the last 30 seconds
Got a
or so of
roughing
that
call
Northern
coming
penalty.
to both teams here. Haddad's going in for Port Huron Northern, and I think that was Carlisle that went in for the Big Reds. We'll get the correct scoring on that and get it to you as soon as we can. Big Reds still with the man advantage, 21 seconds left in the original penalty, so they'll be skating 4-3 against Port Huron Northern Huskies. Face off inside Northern zone, controlled by Northern. Muzzy with a puck, clears it but not out. Adams with a shot. Save Akers, and the puck's cleared on down the ice. Button bringing the puck up, gets it up for Edie, just past her. Goes into the board, she's knocked off the puck by Kellerman. Kellerman bringing it up the ice, takes a shot, saved just barely, almost went over his head and into the net by Bellinger. Here's a shot by Muzzy, he shoots, it goes under Bellinger's pad. He couldn't see it for a minute. Puck's still loose, scramble in front of the net. Puck's back to Kellerman. He takes a shot. Now we've got a whistle, a stoppage of play. As the net was knocked off this morning, again we'll have another face-off.
Those penalties, the penalty on the Northern Huskies was on number 11, Marty Haddad, for roughing. And the penalty on the Big Reds was on number 3, Ted Timmerman, 2 minutes for roughing.
Ready to face off again as both teams are scoring 4 aside. 1:10 left in the penalties to the Northern and Big Red skaters. Face off again, won by Northern. Shagney with the puck over into the boards. He gets it up to Gosker. Gosker waiting for somebody to get open. Tries to pass it in front of net. It's intercepted by Carlson. Carlson gets it up to Lortz. Lortz with a shot wide. Well, we've got Carlson and Porty in the corner digging for the puck. Another whistle, another face-off. Well, it looks like both teams still trying to feel each other out, Charlie, and find out what's going on here and trying to get some kind of game plan set up.
Who's ever going to capitalize on the first break, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Right now, the Big Reds have had the man advantage most of the period, so it's kind of hard to judge strength so far.
Face off again inside the Northern zone. Puck's cleared out by Redfield and down the ice. Icing's waved off as McNeil comes back to get the puck. He passes the puck up to Smith. Smith with it, dumps it into the corner. Going for it again. He's taken down by Kellerman into the boards. Kellerman gets the puck up to Redfield. Now Redfield coming up the ice with it. He's knocked off by McNeil. Carlson intercepts the pass. He's coming in by himself. Takes the puck into the corners, knocked off it into the boards by Kellerman. Now Pink tries to clear it out. It's intercepted by Button. He passes it over to Carlson. Akers covers it up, and we'll have a face-off again with 9:07 left in the first period. No score between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the Port Huron Big Reds.
I don't know if both teams can keep up this intensity for the entire game, but right now this is probably the most intense game of the entire season. Neither team has been giving an inch.
Back to action again with Big Reds with the puck. Number 4, Laura with the puck in the corner. It's taken away from him by Port Huron Northern, dumped on the ice. Now there's a race for it between Martin and Button. Button takes Martin into the boards. He gets the puck out front to Lortz. Lortz takes a shot wide. We've got another whistle, another face-off. I stand corrected when I said number 9 from Big Reds was Lortz. That's Smith, Tim Smith. face-off again. Scramble for the puck. Comes outside the big red zone. Now there's a race for it. Hansen comes up with it, just dumps it along the boards, trying to get it out of his zone. Now pass from Twist is intercepted by Shagney. They go into the boards. Now Bales comes up with it. He gets it back to Lashbrook. Lashbrook takes a shot wide. Another shot from the point. That was number 2, John Hansen. Stopped by the defenseman in front of the net. Now Shagney clears it across in front. Nobody could get to it. Puck's along the boards. We got a penalty call coming up to the Big Reds here. The Huskies are going to have a man advantage as the play's whistled down. I believe that's number 6, Carlisle, going to the penalty box for the Big Reds here with 7:59 left in the first period.
Big Red penalty, number 6, Lloyd Carlisle. 2 weeks for a second penalty. Time of penalty, 7:01, first period.
So now the Huskies will have the man advantage for the next 2 minutes. Power play against the Big Reds. Face-off won by Northern. McNeil tries to dump it. It's kept in. Now it's blown down on the offsides. McNeil tried to dump it down the ice. And Muzzy trying to keep it in. It got outside the blue line on him. We'll have a face-off just outside the Big Red zone. Face-off again won by the Big Reds. Button just dumps it down the ice, trying to kill off the penalty. Now Kellerman's got it behind the net as the Huskies try to get something organized. Now Gosker's got it. He passes it up for Horty. Horty's taken into the boards by Button. Correction, that wasn't Horty, that was number 12, Chad Natzel. Now the Big Reds dump it into the corner. Muzzy's bringing it out. He's passing it up for Gosker too far. Puck goes into the Big Red zone. McNeil with it. Tries to backhand it out of the zone. Muzzy keeps it in. He gets it over to Redfield. Redfield tries to center it in front. It's knocked away. And Natzel comes around with the puck, tries to get a shot off, and loses control, and Bellinger covers up, and we'll have another face-off. It looks like the Huskies having a little bit of trouble trying to get this power play organized here so far, Charlie.
Yeah, although it's been all Huskies as far as pressure, the Big Reds have kind of backed into a little bit of a defensive shell since the initial 5 minutes of the game.
We've got 7:02 left in the first period. 1 minute, 3 seconds left in the penalty to Carlisle from the Big Reds. Lots of time for the Huskies yet. Shagney out to take the face-off. He gets it back to Hansen. Hansen's shot blocked by Smith. Puck goes over into the boards. Now the puck comes back to Haddad. He shoots it back into the corner. Graham has it. He gets it over to Pink. Pink tries to center it, and it's intercepted and dumped down the ice. We got Haddad and Smith going for the puck in the corner. Haddad gets it over to Hansen. Hansen brings it up to Shagney. Shagney with a slap shot wide. Pink with the rebound, tries to get it back to the defenseman. It's intercepted, knocked into the corner. That was a super shot by Shagney. Just hit the post, had Bellinger beat cold. Hit the post. Bellinger just made another super save. And another great shot by Shagney. And the net was knocked off its moorings. And we'll have a face-off again inside the Big Red zone.
Puck sure looked like it was going in the net. The referee was standing right there. Could see it bounce off the post.
I don't know if they were arguing about the play being whistled down or whether that puck was in or not. It did hit the post and come out. The referee was in good position to make the call.
I think the argument is they think that Bellinger knocked the net off the moorings on purpose.
Referee Tom Mills ready to drop the puck now as Northern decides to make a couple of player changes. Back to action again. Here we go. Puck over into the boards. Kept in by Haddad. He's looking for an open man. Tries to hit Pink with it. Goes over his stick. Now Shagney's got it. Shagney loses it. Pink comes in to get it. It's knocked in behind the net. Now Graham's got it. He gets back for Haddad's shot. Pink tried to deflect it into the net and went wide. Now Shagney with the puck again. Trying to get somebody open. Takes a wrist shot wide. Haddad tries to keep it in. He does. Now Graham shoots it over into the corner. Button trying to get it out. He can't. Now McNeil's got it. He's trying to get it out. It's intercepted. Now Button takes it. Carlson's coming up the ice with it. Carlson takes a shot. It's blocked partially by Haddad, and Akers covers up the puck. We'll have a face-off inside of the northern zone. We've got a cross-check call coming to number 10, Brian Carlson from Poyarn High. 2-minute penalty with 5:24 left in the first period. That'll give the Huskies the man advantage for another 2 minutes. And it looks like they're starting to put the pressure on, Charlie.
Yeah, that's got to be a little bit of frustration. The Big Reds have had trouble getting out of their own zone for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Northern controls the face-off. Earl passes the puck up for Cordy too far. Puck comes back out. Now Earl's got it again. Dumps it up the ice. And Twist tries to clear it out. It's taken into the boards. We got to whistle another face-off inside the Big Red zone. Be sure to join Larry Mance on Sports Talk every week, Mondays at 5:45 and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. This week's guest is Sharon Malcolm, the cheerleading coach from Poyarn High. .506 left in the first period. 1:42 remaining in the penalty to Carlson. Huskies with the man advantage yet as Shagner clears the puck into the corner from the faceoff. Button comes up with it and dumps it down the ice. Now Akers puts it in behind the net for Shagney. Shagney taken into the boards temporarily by Churchill. Maitzel with the puck. He passes it over to Kellerman. Kellerman waiting for his man to get back on sides again. He gets it over to Maitzel, and Northern intercepts and dumps it down the ice. Akers drops it back for
little high stick.
And we've got a penalty call coming again here. I believe it's going to be on
Number 2, Churchill.
No, I believe it's going to be on the
goalie.
Goalie from
Northern.
Poyarn Northern, number 30, Jason Akers, is going to get an interference call here with 4:29 left in the first period. That'll even things up for the next 1 minute 5 seconds as Carlson's still serving 1 minute 5 seconds left in his penalty. Big Reds will have the power play advantage for 55 seconds. 10:31, first period.
Usually that call goes the other way when a goaltender and a forward collide together, but not in the referee's opinion that time.
Big Reds controlling the puck inside the northern zone. Laura with a shot, save Akers. And Shagney just clears the puck around the boards. Now Button's got it, trying to get it in. Somebody open. He gets it to Laura. Laura with a shot's blocked by Muzzy. Muzzy tries to get it to Shagney. Shagney just clears it out and down the ice. Now McNeil with it. He tries to hit a man, and we'll have an icing call. Puck will be brought back into the Big Red zone. With 35 seconds left in the penalty to Carlson, 1:30 left in the penalty to Akers, 3:59 left in the first period, we've still got no score.
No, thanks basically to Jamie Bellinger. That point-blank shot that Randy Shagney had that bounced off the post was the best scoring chance from either side. Randy's playing his usual strong game tonight. I believe he had the hat trick here 2 weeks ago.
Face-off won by Northern. Ashbrook takes a shot, it's wide. Puck's over into the corner now. Hanson in with Smith fighting for it. McNeil comes out with it. He tries to get it around the button. Too far. Now Smith into the boards with Hanson again. Smith comes up with it. He's knocked off by Graham. Now Smith's got the puck again. He just clears it outside of the zone. The puck's knocked over the boards by Lashbrook from the Huskies, and we'll have a face-off right about center ice. Just 6 seconds left in the penalty to Carlson. They'll have the man advantage as soon as his penalty's over. The Big Reds will be trying to put the pressure on the Huskies again. Face-off won by Northern. Earl dumps the puck up. It's intercepted by Smith. Taken away from him by Lortz. They clear it outside of their zone. Now McNeil with it. He takes a slap shot. Akers grabs a hold of it, puts it behind the net for Earl. Earl coming out with it, just decides to dump it down the ice as the penalty expires to Carlson, and the Big Reds have the man advantage for the next 35 seconds. McNeil with the puck up to Lohr. He takes a slap shot outside. Akers grabs it, puts it in behind the net again. Now Smith comes up with the puck behind the net, trying to get it out front. He's knocked off by Haddad. McNeil with a wrist shot wide. Puck goes over into the corner, coming back down the ice. And we've got Lortz with an open opportunity. He shoots high and wide. Carlson comes up with the puck and goes down, covers it up. We'll have a face-off inside of the Big Red zone with 2:34 left in the first period. 5 seconds left in the penalty to Jason Akers. Be sure to stay tuned to CPHS 12 for the best in school and community programming. Check the CPHS 12 program guide or the Times Herald for dates and times. We're about ready here to face off again here in the first period. Big Reds with a man advantage for another 5 seconds. They control the face-off, trying to get something going here, get the puck into their zone. Carlisle with the puck, he gets it over to Twist, and he loses to Shagney. Shagney takes a shot just wide. Good wrist shot by Shagney. Puck goes back to Muzzy. He dumps it into Shagney again, and he centers it across the ice. Now into the corner for it is Porty coming out with it. It is Dunn, gets across the line. He's taken into the boards by Shagney. There's a scramble for the puck, and Churchill comes up with it. He gets it over to Wetzel, and Wetzel's knocked right off the puck. A good check by number 17, Ryan Porty. We've got to stop in the action again. We'll have another face-off. What a check that was by Porty on Wetzel there in front of the net to knock him off, to keep him from getting a good shot, Charlie.
It would have been one-on-one with the goaltender if he wouldn't have been able to make that check. You don't want to let another team score on you this late in the period. It's demoralizing. It's worse in the last minute, but when you get down to the last 2 minutes of the period, any goals that are scored can really take the wind out of your sails. You want to be able to go into that locker room at least tied.
We're ready to start action again. Face-off controlled by Northern. Kellerman with the puck. He passes it up for Martin, too far. Dunn comes up with it, dumps it outside the zone. Now Churchill's got it, bringing it inside the zone. Takes a wrist shot wide, into the corner it goes. Now Carlisle tries to shake the shot. It's knocked off by Pink. And Twist takes a shot that's wide. Puck into the corner again. Pink comes up with it, tries to get it back to Martin. Martin gets it, dumps it back for Kellerman. Kellerman out for Lawrence. He can't control it. The puck comes back into Northern zone. Now Northern trying to get set up. That pass was intercepted by Wetzel. Puck over into the corner again. Kellerman dumps it behind for Muzzy. Muzzy skating out with it now, looking for the open man. It's knocked off of him by Carlisle. Puck's dumped down the ice. We'll have an icing call with 56 seconds left in the first period. Here in tonight's hockey game between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the Port Huron High Big Reds, we have no score.
We're in the final minute. This is the time that can make or break the period right now. Face-off is in the northern end of the zone.
CPHS 12 School and Community News Show is the talk of the town. See what everyone's talking about on School Buzz every Monday at 5:30 and Wednesdays at 6:15. Back to the action again. Marigold with a shot. It's covered up in front of the net by Akers, and we'll have another face-off.
Barb Eady had a pretty good opportunity if she could have been just half a stride faster that time.
Marigold with a slap shot from the point. Eady tried to deflect it into the net, and Akers was able to stop it and cover it up. Face-off again controlled by Northern. Hansen just dumps it up and down the ice. Marigold back for it, shoots it back up the ice. Now Adams shoots it into the Northern zone, and Northern tries to dump it out, gets it up over the boards as Hansen goes to clear the puck out of his zone, and it goes over the boards. We'll have another face-off with just 37 seconds left here in the first period. Face-off again, controlled by Northern. Hansen clears it outside of the zone. Northern Huskies try to bring it back in. Eady's taken off the puck, and it's dumped down the ice again by Shaggy. Icing is waved off on it as Marigold comes back and tries to pass the puck up the ice, gets it up over the boards. We'll have another face-off. Lots of whistles in this first period, Charlie.
Yeah, the referees want to keep control of the game, and it's going to be rough. Nobody's going to give an inch. Actually, if I had to assess the first period, actually the first 5 periods went to the Big Reds. The middle 5 periods definitely were in favor of the Huskies, and the last 5 minutes was anybody's game right now.
Just 21 seconds left here in the first period as the Big Reds control the puck off the face-off. Smith comes up with it, gets it over to Lohr. Lohr tries to center it. Knocked away by Earl. Puck's cleared outside the zone. We've got another whistle. Looks like an offsides call. We'll have another whistle just outside of the northern zone. Both teams not wanting to make a mistake here in the last minute here in the first period and let the other team take a goal advantage into the locker room. Face-off control again by Northern. Earl tries to get it out. It's kept in by McNeil. His time expires here in the first period between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the Port Huron High Big Reds. We've got no score at the end of the first period. We'll be back in just a minute to bring you the second period action. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, ready to bring you the action in tonight's second period of tonight's high school hockey game between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the Port Huron High's Big Reds. We've got no score here beginning in the second period as both teams look like they were playing kind of lackadaisical here in the first period, trying to get something set up, looking for an opportunity. Charlie, what were the shots on goal there in the second period?
The shots on goal in the first period for the Big Reds 6 and for the Huskies 5. Actually, it was very close in shots, very close in scores, 0-0. And of that, there were only a few real quality shots, probably 2 on a side. Been a real feel-out period so far. Nobody wants to make a mistake.
Looked like both teams were trying to feel each other out in that first period, trying to look for weak spots and get their own game plan organized. Neither team looked like they were able to get anything of any substance going in the first period, but I'm sure both coaches had talks to their teams in the locker rooms, and we'll see a lot more action here in the second period.
Actually, there was the best scoring chance that the Huskies had was the shot by Randy Shagney that bounced off the post, and that doesn't even show up in the statistics because it never did go in the net, so it couldn't have went in the net, so it's not even counted as a shot on goal. But that was probably the best scoring opportunity of the first period. See, we got a pretty good crowd here tonight. As usual, when we get all four of the home teams playing, probably have 50% capacity anyway.
We're ready for action as referee drops the puck. Northern controlling the puck, dumps it into the Big Reds' end. McNeil with the puck now, trying to find a man open. He dumps it along the boards to Lohr. Lohr clears it outside the zone. It's picked up by Smith and dumped into the Northern zone. Now Porty goes back for it. He passes it over to Gosker. Gosker gets it up to Shagney, and we're bringing it in the end. Shagney tries to center it. It's intercepted by Carlson. Carlson dumps it up for Smith, hits his skate, goes into the boards. Now we've got Gosker and Carlson digging for the puck as McNeil and Porty come in to help him. We've got a whistle and a face-off. Just in the first part of the second period, we've got no score so far in the game. Pollen ready to drop the puck. Northern controls it again, Muzzy with it. He passes it over to Kellerman. Kellerman with a snapshot. It's intercepted by Lohr. McNeil comes up with it, brings it in, takes a shot. Save Akers. Akers clears the puck in behind the net. Lords comes up with it, tries to clear it out of the zone, kept in for a second by McNeil as Pink clears the puck out of the zone. He dumps it in on a delayed offside. Puck into the board, scrambling for it again. Puck's cleared out of the Big Red zone. Lord shoots it back in. McNeil shoots it out. Now Martin with the puck, circling around, trying to get open. Passes it up for Kellerman. He just dumps it into the zone. As Bellinger comes out, stops the puck for Button. The correction, that was McNeil. McNeil clears it around the boards and out. Now Hansen clears the puck up the ice for Warren. Warren gets it over to Natzel. They center the puck, knocked behind the net by McNeil. Now we've got Button and Redfield in the corner with the puck. Puck goes in front. Warren had a super opportunity to score that time as the puck come out to him in front of the net. Bellinger was able to gain control of the puck and cover it up, and we'll have a face-off in the Big Red zone. We've got 12:51 left in the second period, no score between the Poyer Northern Huskies and Poyer and High Big Reds. Face-off control by Northern. They just get it out of the zone. Hansen comes up with it, and Northern is taken away from him by Carlisle. Northern clears it outside the zone again as Carlisle gets the puck and dumps it into the corner. Now Redfield clears the puck out of the zone, and it's blown down on the offsides. We'll have a face-off outside of the Big Red zone.
That was close. It would have been a clear 2-on-1 if he hadn't been on the offside position.
A lot of hard skating so far here in the Second period, neither team able to come up with a good scoring opportunity. As the face-off goes to the Big Reds, Wetzel clears the puck into the northern zone. Haddad comes back, dumps it around the boards. As the Big Reds try to get the puck out front, Churchill passes the puck out front, and nobody could take control of it. Now Northern's trying to bring it into their zone. The Big Reds come up with it again, trying to get it out. Carlisle with the puck along the board, just able to clear it outside the zone. Now Graham goes back for it. Churchill takes him into the boards hard. Earl takes the puck. Gets it up to Bales. Bales puts it back to Earl. Now Earl's bringing the puck up to Pocklington. He's taken off the puck by Carlisle again, but he still comes up with the puck, bringing it down the ice. He's taken into the boards by Twist. Carlisle comes up with the puck, and here they come again. Carlisle with a slap shot wide. Puck comes back out, rebound. Churchill backhands it wide. The Northern clears it outside. Offsides is waved off. Puck's intercepted by Earl. Brings it up the ice for Shagney. Shagney coming out in front of the net. Taken away by Twist. Knocked into the boards. Twist passes the puck up for Carlisle. He's coming into the corner with it. He's taken off the puck by Gosker. Now Earl comes up with the puck. Passes it up to Shagney. It's off his stick. Taken away by Dunn and shot back into the Northern zone. We'll have a whistle. A face-off. Just about at center ice as the puck was shot in on the offsides. Well, Charlie, it looks like neither team is really able to get anything going here, any extended pressure or anything here, even so far in the second period.
Not been a real clear-cut shot on goal. There's been a couple questionable ones, but I don't believe there's been a shot on goal yet.
Northern wins the face-off. Muzzy with the puck dumps it into the corner. Now Gosker tries to center. It's knocked away. Puck comes back to Muzzy again. He gets it back up for Gosker. Gosker centers it to Shagney. It goes off his stick. Intercepted by Button. Button bringing it up the ice. He gets it to Adams. Adams with it behind the net. Gets it over to Timmerman. Timmerman tries to get it to Edie, and it's intercepted, taken away by the Huskies. Now they're bringing it back up the ice. Gosker with the puck. Trying to get around Marigold. He's taken into the boards by Button. Gosker with the puck get into the corner. He's taken into the boards by Earl. Correction, that's Timmerman. And we've got to whistle another face-off, stopping the action with 9:59 left in the first period, second period. Be sure to stay tuned to CPHS 12 for the best in school and community programming. Check the CPHS 12 program guide or the Times Herald for dates and times. Ready to face off again inside the Big Red zone. Big Reds come up with the puck. That's done with it, skating up the ice. He's got Smith with him. He's taken into the boards, trying to center the puck. It's knocked away by Kellerman. Now Lortz has got it. He's trying to clear the zone and does. McNeil with the puck now. Passes it back up the ice. Hansen gets the puck, dumps it up for Hansen, and it's waved off on the offsides, and we'll have another face-off here at center ice.
Second time in the last couple of minutes has been a real close play on the offsides. There would have been a 2-on-1 break again.
Face off again, puck is left for Lortz. Lortz dumps it into the corner. McNeil back with it. Pink takes him into the boards. Now Smith tries to get it out. It's taken away by Pink. Pink trying to find the open man. He dumps it across the center of the ice, and Bellinger gets his glove out there and makes the save as the puck comes off his glove and ends up on the top of the net. That could have been a dangerous play, Charlie.
There was so much traffic in the front of the net, you don't know where the puck's going to go. The best bet is what Jamie did is grab the puck and hold on to it. Actually, it got knocked out of his glove and landed on top of the net. In effect, that really wouldn't be counted as a shot on goal, I don't believe. It was a dangerous play, though.
Face-off goes outside of the Big Red zone. Northern bringing it back in again. Warren with it. He's trying to get open. Puts it back to Earl. Earl with a slap shot high off the glass. Puck comes back to Ed. He takes a shot wide. Now Earl with another shot. It's intercepted by Carlson. As the Big Reds try to come up the ice, the puck's taken away by Warren. Button comes up with it, and in they come. Button with a shot high. Puck into the corner again. Earl with it without a stick, just trying to freeze the puck and stop the play. As Earl lost his stick here at center ice, just went in and covered the puck up, and that was a smart play on his behalf.
That play just before that, where Billy Warren just managed to reach out and grab the puck and stop the 3-on-2 break right at his own blue line, right at the Big Reds blue line.
Back to action again. Kellerman comes up with the puck, trying to get outside of his zone, passes it up for Pocklington. Knocked away from him. Muzzy with it now. He just dumps it up the ice. Puck's taken by Twist. Now Graham dumps it into the corner. Dale's trying to come up with it. It's back over to Pocklington. Kellerman with a shot, and Bellinger able to make the save and cover it up. A super slap shot from Kellerman from the point, and Bellinger able to make the save.
I'm sure Bellinger never saw that puck until it hit him. That was just a blur that went down the ice. Jason's got one of the hardest slap shots I've seen any high school player have. And he kept that right off the ice, about a foot off the ice. You've played goaltender, you know what position is stopping the puck, and that's the only way he stopped it that time, was to have position.
Northern with a puck again. Shagney shoots it across in front of the net. Nobody able to pick it up. Big Reds trying to get the puck out of their zone. Churchill tries to hit Wetzel with it, and the puck's shot by Northern high above the glass. We'll have another face-off outside of Big Red zone. Be sure to join Larry Mance on Sports Talk every week, Mondays at 5:45 p.m. and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. This week's guest is Sharon Malcolm, the cheerleading coach from Port High. Back to action again, scramble for the puck outside the blue line. Shagney ends up with it. He gets it over to Gosker. Gosker dumps it over into the corner for Porty. It's taken away by Button. Button tries to get it out. He's knocked off the puck by Porty. Now Muzzy with it. He takes a shot, saved Bellinger. Puck goes over into the corner. Porty gets it back from Muzzy again. Muzzy tries to get it back up to Porty. It's taken away by Button. Carlisle trying to keep it in. It's taken from him by Shagney. Shagney trying to come up the ice. Poke check, good poke check by Twist. Muzzy with a puck over to Kellerman. Kellerman passes it up for Gosker. Gosker to Martin. Martin coming in with it. Gets it over to Shagney. Shagney, beautiful opportunity to score, and just lost control of the puck on his backhand. Now the puck's along the board. Scramble for it. Comes clear. Kept in by Northern. Big Reds trying to get it out of their zone. Now they do. Super check by Shagney on Churchill. As Churchill was trying to come out of the zone with a puck, and Shagney hit him and knocked him right off. Now Lashbrook gets the puck over to Hansen as the action's getting hard and heavy here in the second period. Both teams going after each other with a vengeance. Puck into the corner now. Twist tries to get it out. He's knocked into the boards by Pink. And McNeil comes around the side with it. Puck loose in front of Northern. Now here we come. Here comes Pink in with it. He passes it over for Lawrence. It's intercepted, knocked away Kept in by Hansen. Puck into the corner now. Carlson with it. Clears around the side of the boards. Dan Pink comes in, tries to keep it in. McNeil breaks free with it. We've got a 3-on-2 break. McNeil with a slap shot. Save Akers. Puck goes over into the corner. Carlson tries to come up with it. He's knocked off by Pink. Now back to McNeil. McNeil loses it, and here comes Northern with a 2-on-1 break. Natesel with the puck over, and it goes over into the corner. Now Warren's got it. He scramble forward in front of the boards again. It goes back to Haddad. He takes a shot that's partially blocked. Puck's over into the boards. Warren with it. Tries to hit Haddad. The puck's deflected over into the corner. And puck along the boards again. Smith tries to gain control of it. It goes back into the corner. We'll have a whistle and a face-off as the action starts to pick up here in the last 5 minutes of the second period. We've got 5:01 left in the second period. No score yet between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the Port Huron Highs Big Reds.
Well, the last 5 minutes, you'd have to call it anything goes hockey. A little bit of clutching and grabbing and some very stiff body checks and a few shots on goal.
Port Huron Northern won that face-off. Jamie Graham come in with it with a wrist shot up there, and Bellinger just able to get his glove up and keep that puck from going into the net. A super shot by number 7, Jamie Graham, right off the face-off. It's a good thing Bellinger was awake that time.
We'd like to take this time to wish both the Huskies and the Big Reds good fortune as they travel to Fence IMA Arena on March 1st to begin district play.
Face-off again taken by Big Reds. McNeil with the puck. He loses it to Muzzy. Muzzy dumps it into the corner. Now Gosker's got it. Tries to center. It's knocked over into the boards again. Centering pass. Nobody could control it. Now Gosker with a wrist shot. And Bellinger again able to come up with a save and cover that puck up as Gosker had a beautiful wrist shot towards the open side of the net, and Bellinger able to make the save and cover up on it.
I believe that shot hit him right up in the bottom part of the mask. Either that or very high on the shoulder.
Huskies are starting to put the pressure on now for the last couple of minutes. A lot of action here in this game tonight. Huskies with a shot right off the face-off again. That was number 12, Chad Natesel, with a shot right off the face-off from the top of the circle. And again, Bellinger has to make the save and cover up.
Now, if the Big Reds are getting tired, they seem to be doing a little bit more standing around than they were earlier.
The momentum's in the Huskies' favor right now. There's no doubt about that, as they're able to come in and put the pressure and keep the pressure on. Face-off again taken by Warren. He gets it back to Muzzy. Muzzy with a weak shot. It's knocked off by Button. And it's blown down on a high stick. The puck was knocked down from a high stick, and we'll have another face-off. The puck will be brought all the way back down to Northern's end. We'll have a face-off from there. CPHS 12 School and Community News Show is the talk of the town. See what everybody's talking about on School Biz every Monday at 5:30 and Wednesdays at 6:15 right here on CPHS Channel 12. We've got 4:31 left in the second period. Still no score in this game as both teams working hard. Puck shot over the glass, and we'll have another face-off. This one will be just inside the Big Red zone as Twist went to clear the puck up the ice, and it went up over the glass. Face-off controlled by Big Reds. trying to get it out of their zone, aren't able to. Graham with a shot. It's saved Bellinger. Covers up again. We'll have another face-off inside the Big Red zone as Bellinger's having to make the saves and control the puck. Back to action again as Northern tries to center the puck. Pass is blocked by Bellinger and the puck shot down the ice. Icing's waved off as Smith comes in for it. He goes down and puck's into the boards. Now Northern's bringing it back out again. Pocklington gets it outside of the zone, goes into the boards, and we'll have another whistle. Both teams hustling here in the second period. A lot of action up and down the ice.
Yeah, number 20, Derek Button's getting up kind of slow. Now he's up moving around. The Big Reds would be in deep trouble without number 20. He's their most experienced defenseman.
Face off again here at center ice. Puck's controlled again by Northern. Haddad tries to get it up to Porty. Porty takes it, shoots it across in front of the net. It's knocked away by McNeil. Now McNeil tries to get it out, and Shagney almost intercepted that. Would have been wide open. Here comes Carlson down the ice with a puck. He centers it. It's knocked away by Shagney. Shot from McNeil. Save Akers. Puck's knocked into the corner. Big Reds keep the puck in. McNeil with it again. He takes a wrist shot. Lohr tries to deflect it. It's knocked over into the corner. Now Haddad's got it. Bringing it up the ice. He gets it up to Shagney. Shagney across the basket, wide open, just missed the side of the net. Centered again by Porty. Shagney can't control it. Puck in behind the net. McNeil comes up with it, just dumps it over the boards. Smith clears it out of the zone. Earl keeps it back in for Poyarn Northern. Shagney with it. Trying to get free. He's taken down by Button. Now Smith with a puck. He takes a slap shot just wide. And Akers looks like he's going to cover this one up. Yep, he's going to control the puck and cover it up. As Tim Smith wound up with a slap shot that went just wide.
The Big Reds did have a couple scoring opportunities. In fact, they had one very good one on a deflection by number 4, Dave Lohr. Jason Akers really had to get on his toes for the first time all period in that shot.
2:37 left in the second period, still no score here in tonight's game between the Poyarn Northern Huskies and the Poyarn High's Big Reds. Northern controls a face-off. Muzzy with it behind the net. Puck comes around. Carlisle keeps it in. It goes off the boards almost out front. Muzzy able to intercept that pass. He passes it up to Martin. Martin gets it to Pink. Here they come. Pink back to Martin. Martin not able to control it. It's taken away by Churchill. Churchill gets it in behind the net along the boards. Kettleman's taken into the boards by Carlisle. He's able to keep control as Martin tries to take a shot again. It goes up over the glass, and we'll have another face-off.
Souvenir for the goal judge. I spent a time or two on the goal judge's chair, and when those pucks start ricocheting off the backboard and back of you, all you can do is cover your head.
Face off again, controlled by Northern. Lashbrook with the puck, dumps it into the Big Red zone. Back for it is done. He tries to get it over up the boards. It's intercepted by Martin. He's knocked off the puck by Dunn. Lashbrook with it, takes a shot. It's knocked free, and Churchill, here comes Churchill down the ice with it. He's knocked off by Hansen just in the nick of time. Churchill had a good opportunity that time, not able to catch up with the puck. Now here comes Martin with it. He tries to get around Dunn. He's knocked off the puck. Redfield centered it. It's knocked away again as Dunn comes over and just dumps the puck down the ice. We'll have an icing call with 1:21 left in the second period. Still no score, and a face-off inside the Big Red zone. Well, Charlie, looks like here in the last 10 minutes of the second period, both teams have opened up and started skating a little more, and both of them putting everything they can into trying to get that elusive first goal of the game.
The scoring opportunities have been there. Nobody's been able to cash in yet. Jamie Bellinger is really playing a tough game, really intercepting a lot of pass outs in front of the net, and that seems to be Northern's strong suit.
Shagney with a weak wrist shot as the referee was in the way on that one. Bellinger makes a save now. Big Red's trying to get it out of the zone. Gosker intercepts, centers it for Porty. Too far, can't come up with it. Centered again, it's knocked away. McNeil with the puck coming up the ice. He backs off, tries to circle and get somebody set up. He's knocked off the puck by Shagney. Porty clears it, and Shagney with a wide open shot and hit Bellinger in the face mask with it. Porty centered that pass across and Shagney tried to get the shot off. Another slap shot by Gosker. Bellinger with a save. Puck over into the corner. Shagney for Porty, intercepted by McNeil. Gosker with it again. He gets it across and there's too much going on. The Bellinger, he tries to cover it up. It's taken back. Try to clear it out of the zone. Puck sitting there waiting for somebody. Finally, McNeil goes back for it. He's knocked off by Martin. He scores! Number 12, Chad Mitchell, comes up with the loose puck and just puts a rebound shot right past Jamie Bellinger with 10 seconds left in the second period. For your Northern Husky score. That again was number 12, Chad Mitchell, with a beautiful wrist shot into the corner. And Charlie, I knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, the Big Reds were really getting tired out. They couldn't keep up with the Huskies in the half.